And I'm not saying these people are stupid, so don't come to me and say this thing.
Oh, they're stupid.
Uncle Joe had a medical condition. He passed out. Okay.
Okay, Jeff won't say it.
Uncle Joe might have gotten the
I'll say
pass,
it.
but the
I'll say
other
it.
5 people who are sitting there and just going, it's a little cold here. It's
I'll
still
say
cold.
They're stupid.
I can't feel my toes.
If you're one of those
How do you
people,
not know your fingers?
because you're stupid.
Welcome back to Under Oath. 2 attorneys arguing.
Sort of.
We sell. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. I feel differently. I think I'm normally right. Okay. Since we're dealing with Kansas City Chief game versus Miami. Bunch of Miami people go to the game. Frostbite. They lose their fingers and toes.
How's that possible?
Because I guess they just didn't understand. They didn't want to leave the game. They didn't want to warm up. They wore the wrong clothes. They wore the wrong shoes. It's freezing in Kansas City.
Yeah, wear the right clothes.
So what happens is multiple people, not just one person, multiple people got frostbite and they had to get their digits removed. Could you imagine? We're not lost in Canada. This wasn't me climbing Everest.
And you don't have to sit in your seat. You can go back into the indoor area of the stadium.
I got frostbite in a place that serves hot dogs.
Maybe they're just so drunk they couldn't get up out of their seat.
Okay.
They sat there.
I can't imagine sitting in a game and going, you know what?
My toes are cold.
I'm freezing. And
do you know how cold you
I had
have to
hypothermia and I didn't lose my digits. Yeah. So I was in the Army. I was stuck out on drop zones for 8 hours at a time. Couldn't move. But these people could have got up.
And left any time.
They
Was the
could have
game
walked
that
in the
interesting?
They could have done watch this. I mean, are we kidding here? And there's talk about lawsuits and things like that to sue the NFL.
Impossible.
I'm telling you.
There's no way. That stuff like that gives people like you and I a bad name.
But there are situations where they don't have
to sue the Chiefs or the stadium because it was cold and you're not smart enough to wear gloves.
Stadiums in Florida have been sued because people had heat attacks. They've had overheating issues and because there was not enough water in the stadium.
And those suits were successful?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We reward the stupid sometimes. I can't feel my toes.
If you're one of those
how do you
people,
how do you not know your fingers?
Because you're stupid.
Ugh.
That's how.
Does the world protect stupid people?
Yes. To the nth degree. Nauseatingly so.
Now, you and I, if it was in Florida, the issue would be you'd have to show that the other party was over 50% responsible.
For the weather. They're suing over the weather.
It happens sometimes. You have a duty to protect the people, even in a situation where they should have known better sometimes. That's the way it works. Hey, an announcement, it's 20 degrees. You might want to go inside.
No, we are just, it's disgusting.
How about this? Let's say it's raining.
We are creating
hold on.
a nanny state. We are creating this situation where nobody's responsible for their own actions anymore. And the government has to tell you when to put gloves on. Are you kidding me? The stadium has to tell you to put gloves on?
It's raining. I'm going to change the scenario. It's raining. Thunder comes over. They hear thunder. They know it's thundering. Lightning is hitting all over the place.
That's different.
Lightning hits the stadium.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference. If you're going to continue to play the game, you know that people are going to continue to stay. And they're going to make that risk assessment. And they're going to stay, and it might not be a good idea for them to happen. You can control that. You can stop the game and wait for the lightning to pass. You can't stop the game and wait for the cold to pass. It'd be like 4 months later.
We can't have the game. It's too cold. It's a weather condition. It's too cold. I know we're laughing. People are going to freeze to death out here. It's dumb. They could get struck by lightning. Dumb. What's the difference? Think about it. I had to process this too. It's the same as lightning. It's a weather condition. And we choose to play or not play. And you know why we choose not to play or not play? For the money. Because there's money on it. There's seats, money for people in the seats, money for the TV rights, money for the players. It costs too much to back up. It's all about the money.
It's expensive too to reschedule the game.
So we agree that weather stops games sometimes. All the time. Sounds silly.
I hate to admit that you might be right on this one.
It's killing you. It's killing you.
It's choking me right here.
We stop for hail.
I can see your begrudgingly. I can see the point that you're trying to make here.
Yeah, 10 degrees.
That just makes me want to let people make their own risk assessment and let them play in the rainstorm.
Now you want them to play in lightning.
Now I want them to play in the rainstorm.
Just to be right.
Yeah, just to be right. Yes, exactly. If you're sitting in the stands and it's thundering and lightning, you don't know enough to get up, then that's on you.
So now I'm sitting here in a
Now, if a player gets hit and the NFL doesn't stop the game and the NFL's making you play, okay, that's different. Then a player could sue the NFL, but not somebody in the stands.
Remember in baseball, they didn't have nets in the baseballs. They had waivers on the tickets, and you could get hit by a ball and everything else. Well, they realized that's not going to cover us anymore because they lost a couple lawsuits, and now everything's netted all the way down the field, so you can't get hit by a foul ball like that. You get hit with one, in the outfield because if somebody hits a home run, but to the side.
There's that kid that caught it in the World Series, remember?
Yeah. So, I mean, think about it this way. You and I are in a courtroom. We're on the other side of the courtroom. I bring up the NFLPA and the NFL rules on weather. And I said, well, you have a rule that deals with lightning and thunder and hail and weather conditions where it damages the players and it damages the people, potentially damage the people and the players. And you walked out the field, but you had 10-degree weather here and you didn't think you might have a problem.
It's hard to argue with you because it's a logical argument. I just don't like it. It's not manly. It's not American.
It's American, all right.
No.
You know how it's American? Because we made the laws. We made the rules.
There's nothing rugged about it. There's nothing.
What it isn't is Russia. It's not Russia.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that in Russia. See,
but
they
in
would
America,
just tough it out in Russia.
America, this is absolutely America.
In Russia, you get hit by lightning, they just scoot you off to the side and keep playing.
Because remember the argument? Well, if it's lightning, why wouldn't you go undercover? I mean, why would you be so stupid to stay in the stands? Well, they were playing.
Yeah.
They were playing. I didn't want to leave. I paid a lot for this ticket. I have a right to sit in this seat, even if I freeze to death. Even if I get struck by lightning or hail.
So now under the new NFL Kaufman regime, the seat's going to be heated.
Oh, no. No, it's going to be a bubble.
Each seat is going to be.
I'm not trusting anybody.
Oh, all the stadiums
Everything's
have to be covered now?
Dome. Yeah. Everything's a dome. And the truth is, everything should be a dome anyway. It's too hot places.
It takes away from the game of football. No, it's going to be outside. It's got to be outside.
Oh, come on.
You're not outside. You need real grass, too.
Yeah. You ever been to Green Bay?
Real grass.
Green Bay? I'm telling you.
I haven't been.
Minnesota, where they have the dome. Trust me, they don't want to be outside. It's cold. Yeah, you ever see the Miami players? You ever see, for example, when Tampa Bay has to go to like the Packers, and they're all sitting here. They got gloves that say look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. They go, let's go out in the field, and they just kind of like hit each other like like bumper cars.
Oh yeah. I played in
Those
South
aren't
Dakota.
Great games.
It was cold.
Those are when you watch a game like that where the weather dominates something. I think everything after a while, like Florida, for example, we have rain here, and rain is bad. It kills half of our sports. So that's why we could never play baseball outside. It has to be in a covered area like a dome because half the games would be rained out. And that's what happened in the stadium, I believe. I believe it got too cold and they go, we're going to play. And they thought they could fight it over in Green Bay. I can't imagine how people don't just lose digits in Green Bay every second because Green Bay is a lot colder than Kansas City.
It's crazy.
But I think...
So it had to have been Miami fans because they didn't know what to wear.
Well, that's a rite of passage. I think what happens is you go there and you feel good and you don't quite know what to do. But now that we played this out,
leave the game.
Now that we played this out,
yeah,
you think they got a case now?
You might have
if those are the rules they follow.
You might have convinced me.
So would you take the case now?
Are they looking to hire an attorney?
Well, I'm licensed in Missouri. We can represent some frozen off digits. But I mean, think about it. I think they have a point now. At first, I didn't. When I first heard it, I'm going, these are just people who don't think. And then I'm going, wait a second. We do protect these people in different situations there. So why wouldn't we in this situation? They had to know it was cold. Cold enough that people, got frostbite. So I think I'm more inclined now to say, listen, let's do smarter things.
I want to write a letter to the NFL and let them know that this might be coming.
Oh yeah.
Or is it already here?
It might already.
They already sued.
But here's the deal, Kansas City. You've won how many? 3 Super Bowls? Put a roof on that, MF. You know what I mean?
You can afford it.
You can afford it. Put a roof on it. I mean, you can pay Mahomes. You know what you're paying Mahomes? Just buy a roof.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're paying him what, $300-400 million?
Oh, that's crazy.
They could get a roof.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Miami put on a roof.
He could build his own stadium.
I think Miami put on a roof, didn't they? A retractable roof.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think at the Hard Rock. I think it's retractable now. Put a retractable roof in. I guarantee it'll be a lot warmer.
Can they just throw a retractable roof onto an
You have to spend some
existing
money,
stadium?
but you can, yeah.
Would it be cheaper to build a new stadium?
No.
No?
That's like $5 billion.
You got to retrofit.
They spend $5 billion on that. $5 billion.
Billion? My God.
Billion on stages now. Like even a basketball place, billions. We're talking thing that's half the size of a football field, billions.
Really?
Yeah. Because they have stuff. There's stuff that goes in now. They got cables, Ethernet. I don't know. They pay a lot. That Wi-Fi is just costing them a lot of money.
Seat warmers on every seat, all 30,000 seats.
They got to run that. They got to run the stuff over so advertisers can spend stupid money to see their names slide around the arena. But okay. So what's funny is I think we're in full agreement.
We weren't when we started, but you talked me into it.
Every once in a while.
You know what? Chalk that up because it's very rare.
Yeah. Well,
it's very rare.
I will just say this: winner.